Back in December, I made a video with Mr. Nightmare about lost media. Go ahead and watch that first if you haven't already done so, since this video will serve as its sequel. In case you aren't familiar with the concept, lost media generally refers to pieces of media, be it video, audio recordings, photographs, and more that have either been misplaced, destroyed, or are being withheld from the public. And with that being said, let's get on with today's list. Trepanation is the surgical practice of drilling a hole into someone's skull, usually in order to relieve pressure from the brain. The procedure dates back thousands of years and has been carried out for a number of different reasons throughout different cultures, including expelling what was at the time believed to be evil spirits. Some even believe that trepanation aids circulation and can help boost energy and even bring you to a higher state of consciousness. In 1970, Amanda Fielding, a then 27-year-old supporter of self-trepanation, created a documentary called Heartbeat in the Brain, in which she recorded herself drilling a hole into her forehead using a dentist drill. The film was long thought to have been lost or destroyed up until it was shown at a limited screening in 2011. The clips have been used in the 1998 documentary A Hole in the Head, but so far the full film has yet to be released to the public. Animal abuse is a widespread problem all over the world. These days, given the nature of the internet, viewing and sharing videos depicting this act is easier than ever. Unfortunately, many of these videos reach viral status like that of Shovel Dog and Luca Magnotta's kitten killer videos. It's not uncommon for the internet to respond to these clips with outrage, throwing all of their time and resources into finding those responsible if possible, or at least eradicating the content from the internet. Zippo Cat is the name given to a video that shows a young kitten being set on fire using Zippo lighter fluid. It's generally found in the form of screenshots, but the video itself has proven nearly impossible to find following backlash from several online communities. Of course, it is entirely possible that a copy still exists somewhere out there, but it's probably best left forgotten. In 2007, just a few days before the anniversary of the Columbine Massacre, 23-year-old Virginia Tech student Sang-Hyu Cho carried out what was at the time the worst mass shooting in American history. Cho had managed to kill a total of 32 students that day before taking his own life, leaving the entire nation wondering the most important question of all: why? Just like most other cases of mass murder, people who knew Cho before the attack claimed to have not noticed any red flags or signs that he was capable of such violence. The only insight about Cho's motivation was a package that he had sent to NBC containing a letter, photos, and over 25 minutes of video explaining why he did it. Within the manifesto, he referenced Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, identifying with them and considering them to be the true victims of Columbine. The bulk of his confession was laced with profanity, with Cho repeatedly mentioning his distaste for materialism and self-indulgence.
Wasn't enough, you brats. Your golden necklaces weren't enough, you snobs. Your trust fund wasn't enough. Your vodka and cognac weren't enough. All your debaucheries weren't enough. Those weren't enough to fulfill your hedonistic needs. You had everything.
Overall, a limited number of photographs have been released to the public, along with a little over 2 minutes of the 25 minutes worth of video in existence. The remaining clips are believed to have been locked away in police archives or still within the possession of NBC.
It does not appear that there's any kind of an effort up there yet. Now remember, oh my God.
Oh my God. The events of September 11, 2001 were some of the most tragic to ever unfold in American history. Over 3,000 innocent lives were lost that day, which sparked an immense manhunt for those responsible. At the top of the list was Al-Qaeda leader Osama Bin Laden. However, he would not meet his demise until nearly a decade later. In May of 2011, it was announced that the terrorist mastermind had been executed following a raid by U.S. Navy SEALs in Pakistan. Naturally, the public demanded proof of his death, especially considering that pictures of Bin Laden's corpse had supposedly been taken. These photographs have never been released and have led many conspiracy theorists to believe that Osama is in fact still alive.